Okay, let's get started. Day number 1, Matchstick Mouse Countdown to Christmas. In Christmas coloring book, we are going to be doing the ski page, so the cross-country ski page. I'm going to start by doing a light overall ink background. I've got some Ranger Archival ink. I've got Faded Jean, Cobalt, Jet Black, and Shadow Gray. So it's a night time, so that's why I'm choosing these colors. I'm just going to use a couple of domed applicator. I'm just going to go ahead and rub it on. So we're going to start with the Faded Jeans. And I am going to grab a pre-cut out, I've used this over and over again, it's just a cardboard circle that basically covers up the picture itself. Okay, so I will do another blue, so this is the Cobalt. Just so we have a few different shades of blue. I'll keep doing this, and I'll be back when this part is done. To finish off this background, I am going to stencil on some snowflakes and maybe a couple of stars, and I'm just going to do that with glitter, extreme glitter Mod Podge, and I'm just going to do it right through the stencil, and I'm going to lift it straight up, and I'll just do that a couple of times. There's snow on the ground. I'm going to put some extreme glitter on the bottom of the page. Making sure I keep off of the picture itself so that I am able to still color the picture. We'll let that dry, and I will go wash off my sponge applicator. Okay, here we are after the page has dried. I have also decided to put a few little extra stars in the sky. So I've added, using the Signo silver gel pen, just traced them out and filled them in. After I'm done the whole page, I may come back and put some more stars in, but this is how it's looking right now. And I will zoom you in now, and we will get started on the picture. The Mod Podge it adds some texture to the page, but it doesn't make it crinkly or anything. It's actually quite a spectacular thing that I figured out how to use this year. So let's zoom you down, close your eyes. Okay. So now that the camera is set, I'm not going to have to move it again. I am going to be using a variety of markers, as I have a big old bucket of markers, and I'm trying to use some of them up. And as I use them up, I'm replacing them with Copic Chows. So first, let's decide that this little guy is pink. We know that. I'm going to grab a pink, a couple of different pinks. I'm going to grab a little bit darker pink in the La Plume, and then a Copic Chow RV000. So basically very, very light pink, and we'll do him. And I like the name that Disney Makes Coloring gave the little worm. She calls him Wilbur. So I thought that was rather appropriate. So We will call him Wilbur as well. Okay, so that's Wilbur. That was pretty easy. Let's do the mouse. Now we're going to pick some colors for the mouse, and then we are going to leave those colors for every page probably. So let's be a little bit, we'll actually write the colors down on a piece of paper so that we have it. So let me grab some paper and the colors that I think we'll try. Okay, here are the colors that I'm going to be using likely throughout the rest of the series for the little mouse guy. I have selected these ones because I know that I can refill them or that they're still quite juicy. So the first one is a Prismacolor Premier that I got in a some kind of sketch box years ago, and it is in the color Sand, so it's PM70. So that's the Prismacolor here. Then I've got Light Walnut. It's a Copic Chow E57. So the E series are the Earth series. Then I'm going to use Tea Rose E93, probably for his like nose and the inside of his ears, any of those light colors. And then I've got a Brick Beige, which is E31. So those are giving me colors for the mouse. So keeping that in mind, let's just get coloring him. I've got paper behind the page so that it doesn't soak through and hurt anything else. I'm going to start with my mid brown, which is the Prisma. It has both a very big chunky end, and then it also has a bullet type end. So we'll start with the bullet end, I guess. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope you're pulling out your book if you have it and coloring along. Trying to get a little bit of texture there. Okay, then I'm going to do his ears. Okay, the next color I'm going to do is the lightest brown, which is the Brick Beige. E93. And he's gonna have a pink nose. Now we're gonna bring the darkest brown, the one that I haven't used yet, and that is the E57. And I'm just gonna, where there would be just a little bit of shadow. Okay, that's enough for the mouse. Let's select a darker brown for his skis. I've got a bunch of these Studio 71 markers, and a lot of them have got desalinization on them, so they have like crusty ends. So I'm just trying to use up the ink if I can on them, and then they're going into the landfill, unfortunately, which is why I've chosen to buy Copic's open stock on sale to restart my marker collection. Was happy to hear that Ohuhu is now selling ink reinkers, so that's awesome. Use a darker, this one is coffee colored, so just really dark chocolate brown. And when I did the mouse, I forgot to do his legs, so I will have to go back and do that. And hopefully this chocolate color dries a little bit lighter because it's almost black. Okay, let's go quickly back and finish off him. Now I'm going to do, his feet are going to be pink, so and I'm going to assume those are his feet sticking out, and then we've got the sand color. There, now I think we've got all of the mouse parts now. Okay, now this little guy also has skis, and I see one of his skis and one of his poles. So I'm going to do his ski in dark brown as well. I don't know where his other ski is though, so I'll keep an eye out for that in case I find it. So I'm not sure, this kind of looks like it could be a ski, but this is just a twig, so we'll leave it for now. Let's do his hat. Now, his hat is something that we're going to do in every page, so I'm going to want to pick some colors that are going to be refillable, so let me just grab some reds. Okay, I only have 2 reds in the Studio 21s, and they're all looking a little worse for the wear, so I'm going to use my Copics, and I bought, so this is R27, which is cadmium red, R29, which is lipstick, and then we've got a deep red for cardinal. So those will be the all the colors for the mouse, and no. So I will do the whole hat. Okay, that's the lightest red. I'm going to go now for the darkest red, and that's the cardinal, and we're going to do the shadowed areas. And then just blend that out a bit. Still learning markers, so hopefully by this end of this 24 days I'll have gained a little bit better marker skills. In fact, let's fix this here right now. So I see already it's quite streaky here, so I'm just going to go back with the marker and put another layer down to try and even out that streakiness. I don't have that. The Copics are new, so they're way more juicy, so I don't have the streaking issues here that I did there. So we'll just keep an eye on that, and we'll have to decide what color to do the mouse's hat. On the front of the page, he doesn't, or the front of the book, he doesn't have a hat on. So maybe we'll do him in a nice little blue hat, or like a mint green. His hat can kind of change if it needs to. And we'll leave the white there because we will come in and do some stickles on his hat. Let's figure out, we'll also make this hat this white, so we will do some stickles there as well. We need some green, and let's just finish off these little twigs. Let's try and use up some of this sage. Let's check the color. Okay, so that's nice. Nice color. So these trees are snow covered, so I'm going to leave some parts white, and we'll use some sparkles for the snow. For the snow, we are going to take my light blue, and it's an aqua color, and it's not very light, so I'm just going to go around the areas where there's these defined lines that are trying to make it look like snow drifts. Not everywhere. Okay. And then I'm going to come and get a lighter blue if we can. Some other areas. That's all we're going to do there, and then we will come in with some stickles. Let me go grab my stickles, and before we get to the stickles, let me go and use a Signo gel pen and color in these stars, because they were slightly tainted with blue from the dry rubbing of the ink pad. So, and some of these stars are looking a little wonky, so I'll help them out and make them look more like stars. Okay. And I've left this guy white because he's fine. Okay, let me grab the stickles. I have my stickles stored in a case that was meant for actually for ink bottles, or even the little diamond bottles. They didn't come with any bottles. It just came with a styrofoam insert with these round styrofoam tubes. So I just pulled the tubes out when I want to fill it up, and these are my variety stickles. And I think I have enough colors as is. I don't need every single color out there, but we are talking about snow, so I could do a light blue, or this kind of one. It's called Waterfall. That's quite pretty. We've also got some just white, and I've got some liquid pearls too. So let me think about that. I think that I'm going to do a green for his pom-pom on his hat. So let's just get that out of the way because I want it to be different. Decent coat on it. We're going to have to let this dry for a couple hours. Okay, so that's his pom-pom. Let's also do a teal colored. We're going to do the pom-pom on the hat trim on our little Wilbur the worm. And I think I'm going to go with the clear stickles. And we're going to not fill in the whole thing, but we're gonna, where I had the blue, I am going to make sure I've got this unstuck first. Got a pin from a poppy, and it has a little flat end on top, so I like to keep that to help me keep the nozzles for my stickles clear. So if you have a poppy hanging around, you might find a little extra use for it. Okay. So I'm going to zoom you back in. Just going to put the stickles on top of where I put the lightest blue. So I don't have to cover the whole page in stickles, but it will give some shine. Some nozzles work really well. I think it depends on the size of the glitter that's in the stickles. Some I have to squeeze a little harder. Whoa, okay, the stickles is just coming out lots now, so I'm just going to actually smear it everywhere that there's going to be snow. I snipped off the end because it kept getting clogged, and now it's just coming out in gangbusters. So there we go. It is now everywhere. We will let that dry, and I'll zoom you out to get one last look at the page. Okay, here's a last look at today's page. I'm going to pull the paper out from behind it. Today I'm not going to do a bunch of shading on the mouse. He's kind of hidden up by a bunch of stickles anyways, and I think there's enough going on the page that I'm not going to spend a bunch of time shading with pencils. I may do that later on a different page, but for today, that is enough for day one of Christmas Countdown with Matchstick Mouse. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day two. Until then, have a great day. Bye-bye.